Oh yeah, what's up everyone and welcome to another episode of the Loose Wise Guys podcast. Yeah, I am one of your hosts, Dan, Papa Sun Killer, yeah, accompanied by Eslam Ra, God of the Sun, and Danny, aka Lord Disco, don't you forget it. And I want you to make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the little notifications on the bottom below. And don't forget to check out all the other awesome LWG content. Yeah.
So on like my train rides to work in the morning, I've noticed that like when people come on with like younger children, let's say like from between like 5 to like 7 or something, right? Where the kids are walking and stuff and they have like their backpacks on and shit. People like get up and give them their seats for like the kids to sit down. I don't know why, like I found it odd. Because like I've always been used to it being the other way around. If like the kids stand and like the adults sit or like the older people sit and stuff. So I don't know. I just found it weird. It was like just an observation I had. It didn't bother me or anything. I'm just like it's just like an interesting like thing. It's like, why are we giving up the seats for these kids? Like they have like all the energy in the world. I'm out here struggling to like just like in my commute in the morning to stay awake.
His gout's shit. Like, you better sit your ass down, boy.
Somebody tries to take his seat, the gout starts barking at them. Just
It's like, why is his foot barking? Oh,
his legs go and he's trying to catch it. It's like, oh, calm down, boy.
He gets like this in the morning. Sorry, guys.
But no.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't get it.
I always saw it as like it's like a polite thing. Like I never thought of it as a respect your elders thing. I always thought like, hey, it if you don't feel like dead, tired, or exhausted, it's like if I went on the train with one of my little sisters, I'd let them take the seat. Because it's the polite thing to do.
There's a seat already available, but you don't expect like another adult to get up so they can get a seat.
I would.
I feel like if
I wouldn't. If I had my nieces on a train,
if their parent is sitting or someone who's like with them is sitting, I would get up so they could be together.
No, sure. Let's say there's like one seat and like the parent sits. Like I'll get up so the child could sit next to the parent. Sure. But if there's like no seats and they're just standing there with their parents, like no problem, then like I wouldn't get up and give them a seat.
Oh, I
in
would.
My opinion, I don't think it's necessary. I personally only like would get up for like old people or pregnant lady. I feel like if you get up for a kid, you're just being really nice. But
if a lady comes in with a stroller, I get up right away so she can sit down with the stroller in front of her.
You want front flip up though.
Elderly people, sure. But otherwise, it's like
I'm trying to catch what Danny said. I missed it.
Sorry.
I said you want front flip up though.
Okay. I was like, damn, I know he said something funny. But no, it's like I agree with Danny. It's not a necessity thing, but it's one of those just like the way I see it. If I'm sitting down, I see a bunch of people standing, I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. Y'all want to sit? Go for it, regardless of who they are. Doesn't matter, younger, older.
I used to do that. I used to never sit on the train, even if there are empty seats. I just used to just stand all the time because I'm just like, I don't need it. But like at this point, I've become like drained.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I feel like if I'm tired, I'm not getting up unless like you're dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if I'm exhausted, like sucks, you got to stand. Like, but if I'm feeling good, like if my knees aren't broken. Like, then I'm like, go, I can stand. It's fine.
Picture Danny getting up and just falling to the floor. It's like,
I tried.
It's all you, buddy.
I tried.
It's all you.
I did this for you.
I'm good down here.
It's fine.
Just chilling.
Just hold the doors open for me.
I stretch. It's not that dirty down here.
No.
Oh God, the trains, especially the subways, are dirty. So you do not want to. Yeah. Thank God my subway ride is only one stop to
That's
the new
good.
job. Yeah, it's a shorter commute, definitely.
That's real good. You just take the train right over, one stop on the subway, you're good.
So I still take 3 trains.
Oh,
damn.
But
I'm thinking I'm thinking you're like in Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I take 3 trains, but it's still like a shorter ride.
Yeah.
Just because of where the trains stop.
How long does it take for your commute? 3 trains? Oh my goodness.
So around an hour and a half.
Oh, fuck you.
Sometimes I can get it down to an hour.
How much was it
everything's
before?
running smoother, like between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
This man's flying
And
on a
that
kite.
included because of like waiting time for trains to come. So the way it works now, I take my train from Union to Newark, and from Newark I take the path into the World Trade Center.
You say fly
And
a
then
kite,
from the
Danny?
World Trade Center,
I did.
What happened?
I did say fly a kite. Yeah.
yeah, and from the World Trade Center I take one train stop downtown, and that's usually pretty quick. Before I take the path from Newark to Journal Square, get off, take a different path into 33rd Street. So that like transition is what took longer.
Mm-hmm.
But when the train goes straight from Newark to World Trade Center, it's a much faster ride because it's more direct.
Mm-hmm.
And then from at the World Trade Center, it has connections to like every subway, pretty much for Manhattan, and so it's very quick. So that's just it's just a lot quicker for me.
Damn.
Which is nice.
Just
but-
listening
it
to
sounds
that
horrible.
story made
It
me
sounds
wish
horrible.
I could teleport. Shit.
No.
yeah, dude, if I could teleport,
Would you
I'd be getting
kill
so much more
20
sleep.
goat to get the power to teleport?
20 goats.
Yeah, goats.
Goats. I'll kill all the
Kill
goats.
20 goats now
Yeah.
without getting.
I don't give a fuck about no goat.
He's
I
like,
eat goats. I'll just kill them to eat them. Like you
got
acting
20
like
goats? Okay, how about 20 dogs?
to get teleporting
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd kill
Yeah.
20 dogs and cats, and you have to eat them.
Yeah.
To get if it's a guaranteed
Yeah, like for
get-
teleportation, yeah.
teleportation
20 dogs,
powers, fuck yeah, yeah.
Bro, I might
How
do
long
that
do I
for
have to eat
I
them?
might legit do that for like free airfare. Like not even teleportation, like the long flight.
For
Like
life.
I just gotta eat 20 cats and 20 dogs, and I get to fly for free for the rest of my life? Like, okay.
like, fuck
Is there
yeah.
like a time limit on when I can eat
like do
all
I have
this?
to eat another set of dogs and cats?
No, there's no time limit. You just gotta do it in the
Okay.
ceremonial time period, which can be open-ended.
A ceremonial time period? What's the ceremony?
You just gotta sit there in the ceremony until you're done.
What ceremony is
that's a
occurring
long
where you're
time to
eating
eat.
dogs and cats?
40 animals.
It's okay. You can sleep there in the ceremony.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm bullshitting. But it's
Yeah,
crazy.
definitely.
I didn't think y'all were gonna go that far. You guys are maniacs.
To get teleportation powers?
teleportation. Like
Are you kidding me?
Okay, fine. You have to kill 50
Oh, I thought there was going to be another
I was
thing.
like, is he gonna do
50 gators. And
Danny,
yeah.
give me every gator you can find.
Okay,
I'll eat the Crocs too.
1,000 gators. How far
All
you
of
guys
them.
willing to go for?
All of them.
Dude,
All
if
of them.
It's eating, like,
You want to give me some
like
iguanas? I'll
eating
take them.
animals. I've actually want to try iguanas because they are edible.
Yeah, I've heard that
They're
I've heard that they're
edible.
edible. Give me teleportation. I'll eat the whole iguana.
Like
This is like-
you're asking us to eat animals, right? So as long as they're edible and we're not gonna die from eating them, to get teleportation, it doesn't matter the number.
Okay,
Exactly.
Like, I'll just eat them.
How about you have to eat 50 cocks, human cocks, and you have to give a finger. A finger.
See,
any
now
finger.
now you're getting difficult. Now it's getting difficult.
See,
I'm just curious
but
how far you guys are gonna go for this.
eating 50, but like eating 50 cocks.
Are they human?
He said human cocks.
Okay.
Right? They're not attached to the body, right?
No.
By
They're
eating,
cooked.
you mean
They're
like
cooked
not
and
just like
everything.
sucking a dick.
So like
They're cooked.
like fork and knife, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
They're
Or their
cooked
balls.
Hannibal Lecter style. They actually taste good, but they're human penises, and you have to give up a finger.
Oh, and I have to give up a finger.
Yeah,
Oh,
any
Okay, I
finger.
Take
don't
the
mind
finger.
giving up a
Yeah,
finger.
who gives a fuck about
You
the finger?
can
Take
a
it.
finger. I don't give a fuck
Take
about
two.
that.
I don't give a shit.
The eating the cocks.
That's the
That's
tough part.
cannibalism.
That's the tough part.
That is a tough part
Oh,
because
that's against your
obviously,
religion?
yeah.
Well, I don't care about the cannibalism. I'll eat persons, not
if they're
people. Persons.
Eslam, would you do it? Eslam, would you do it if they were like tiger, like an animal penis?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's an animal, definitely.
That sounds like I've eaten
eat-
mad tiger penises. Like,
No, I've eaten like testicles before,
No,
like cow testicles,
I've never had that.
bull testicles. Yeah,
do you like them?
they're good when they cook them.
bet you.
If the person preparing them does them right, they're good.
See, my thing with the human ones is it's I'm getting in my head. If I could
Yeah,
just get out of my head, I'm like, yeah, all of them. Give me all the dicks.
Well,
I don't care.
I don't know about cannibalism. I don't think I'd do cannibalism for it. It's like, how did you get the penises though? It's like post mortem or like.
Bro, how are they going to give you teleportation? You don't ask questions. You just do what you got to do.
Present the peni and feast.
Do I know what they are before I eat them?
I mean,
Disco, would you?
like I said, it's Hannibal Lecter style, so it's gonna be like in a regular meal. It's not even gonna look like a penis, probably.
Oh, then yeah,
They're just
it's
gonna,
easy.
they're just gonna
Easy
ground
then.
them up and put them in like sausage casing.
It's already in a sausage case.
Yeah. And no, if that's the case, then yeah, I'll do it.
Would you eat them, Disco, to get teleportation?
Yes, because it's my favorite power ever. I'd probably. I don't know, my.
Then why are you surprised by us? Like when you're giving us,
exactly.
you're giving us like
It's my favorite
cats and
power.
dogs.
I don't know. I would go pretty far for that.
Yeah, no, teleportation's like the most useful power.
Now, would you kill for it?
What would you kill a baby for it?
No, I would not kill a baby.
What if
for
the
it.
baby was dying already?
Okay, yeah, probably.
No.
No,
I see.
I would not.
So there's
like it's a
limit
sick
to
baby.
that.
It's a sick baby.
It's a mercy
I know,
kill.
but still.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I wouldn't.
From working in the hospital, I've seen people go through shit, and it's like you get that mentality. It's just like they are suffering, and I could teleport.
Yeah.
And you get something out of it.
And I could teleport.
You got to do it with your
Goddamn.
hands.
Ooh.
What, am I choking a baby?
Hell no.
Like what's happening? I'm asking questions, guys. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, you have to choke a baby with your hands.
How sick is this baby?
It's got like
All right,
Maybe-
bro. You go to a cancer hospital, a
Mhm.
children's cancer hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you got to take out as many as you can.
That's a whole different thing, Eslam.
Terminally ill, like they're not coming back from it.
Yeah, but
And it's like in 10 minutes, let's say in 10 minutes you have
You
to.
gotta clear a
no,
room.
not 10 minutes. 5 minutes. You have to kill 50 of them to get teleportation powers.
see now it's
Terminally
becoming a whole thing. Now it's like not only do I have to be willing to do it, I have to like be prepared. Like I have to actually like stretch
Nah,
shit
son,
beforehand.
honestly, I
You
don't
getting
think I
dropped
think that's
off.
way too much. I ain't trying to kill 50 babies. I'll kill one, maybe two, maybe three already dying babies. But I ain't trying to put 50 dying babies.
Well,
on
there
myself.
those are already dying too.
I know,
I
but
don't
they're
have the conscience. I don't have the soul for that. I would dream
See-
about 50 dying dead babies, just like
You dream about 3.
no. It's fine. I could tune out those 3. But 50.
My thing when-
start
in
tossing
this-
50 babies at walls and crushing little baby heads, or like I don't even know how you do it. How would you kill 50? Like
I mean, Eslam's giving you a time limit, so you got to do it fast. However you do it.
you gotta
Yeah,
get
5
a,
minutes.
chop a doctor.
And if you
grab a
don't
scalpel.
do 50 in the 5 minutes, you don't get the powers.
I thought you were gonna say if you don't do 50 in 5 minutes, you're gonna kill 100.
No, so if you don't reach the number in the 5 minutes, you don't get the power. So then you just gotta live with you just killed however many
Damn.
you just killed.
Just
After that, you
imagine
might
if
as well
that-
kill yourself. Like
Imagine if this was a sick game show. Like
Yeah.
where that's the thing, and then afterwards, like, oh, so
Squid
Danny,
Games
you
2.
only got 49. How do you feel? Well, Chuck, maybe next year, if I work a little bit harder.
I got the technique down. I really think next year I'm gonna bring it home.
Yep.
Oh my god.
This started because you wanted to talk about your commute,
Yeah. This took a weird turn.
and that's the thing. I'm willing to stand up for anybody to take my seat. I'm also willing to eat anyone
to get
to
teleportation.
get teleportation.
You better watch your sick babies. These kids is crazy out here. They trying to toss them for powers.
Wow. God damn.
Welcome to
It's
the
a useful
podcast.
power. It's a useful power. This is how we start.
Honestly, it is. It is. It's like you would avoid all that train trouble. I would probably honestly still be late, but it's fun. I'll be like everywhere.
Yeah.
I would stay at home so much more.
He's just teleporting to the bathroom. Like, damn, this power is good as fuck.
It's not even that. It's just like just knowing I have to go somewhere. It's just like the commute. You know how people always say it's not the destination, it's the journey. they're stupid and wrong. It's only about the destination because I hate the journey. That's why I just want to teleport.
I'm going to add a caveat to the teleporting power to see if you guys are willing to kill 50 terminally ill kids in 5 minutes. You can not only teleport yourself, but you can teleport other things.
Including other people, or just other things?
Other people, other objects, the shit in your ass straight to the toilet.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
You can teleport somebody's heart into your hand.
Yeah, if you want to.
That's
so you can not only teleport yourself anywhere you want, you can teleport anything you want to anywhere you want.
I mean, most importantly, I would be bringing things to me instead of taking things away. Yeah, exactly.
So you could bring things to you.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
You need to take a shit, teleport it to the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Or teleport it to the front steps of someone you hate. It's all good. You know what I mean? So would you then kill 50 terminally ill kids in 5 minutes?
You keep on saying the terminally ill kids. I need to know, like, how... I know they're terminally ill. I understand they're going to die. But how far along are they? Like, if the clown comes in to perform for them at the hospital, can they enjoy it still?
No, they're pretty far gone.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'll kill them all.
You just put them all in one room for me. Set it up.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I hope we don't get canceled for this. Or
probably. This is a horrible discussion on the podcast. This is all hypothetical because I'm not going to be able to get the power of teleportation. Just be careful, if I'm given the option.
Just considering it.
I'm just curious, what would people do?
But that's an interesting caveat to the power of teleportation, though, to be able to teleport other things.
Oh yeah, that definitely makes it overpowered.
It just makes it so
you can do so much.
The power of teleportation is already so convenient that you can just bring yourself anywhere and saves you so much time. But being able to teleport things to you,
that's better. In all honesty, I'd rather have that than teleport myself.
No, yeah.
Because I don't like going places. Like, the only reason I would want teleportation is just to instantly be where I need to be, do what I got to do, get it over with, and come back home.
I wouldn't teleporting people into the sky, watching them free fall, and then teleporting them into water or something so they don't die.
Yeah. See, I couldn't care less. People. I would teleport I need a new TV. I'll bring a TV to. I'm going to use it for the most mundane things. I'm not going to even do anything crazy with it.
Goddamn. All right, let's jump into news.
You're wasting that power. Let me get that. Let me get the baby. Set the babies up for me.
Oh, you should have killed them. You should have killed them, not me.
Hypothetical, guys.
All hypothetical. Of course, I would never kill.
What would you do to gain the power of teleportation? All right, let's jump into some news. I have some entertainment news for you guys.
Yeah.
The Crow will be rebooted with the Bill Skarsgård, a.k.a. the actor who played It.
Who played the clown, who played the It.
Yeah.
Little inside joke there.
Yep. Which I think is a great casting choice. The Skarsgård. Skarsgård, yeah. The Skarsgård.
The color guard is going to be an amazing actor.
All the Skarsgårds. What about the Skarsgårds?
Are all amazing actors. So I'm looking forward to seeing him portray.
My thing is, how much do we know? Is it the same Crow that was... I can't remember the name. Is it Eric Draven? I think it was, or something along those lines. Is it because there's multiple Crows? Is it the same Crow that Brandon Lee played?
So the new adaptation of the comic, The Crow, is moving forward with Bill Skarsgård, Rupert Sanders, who delivered audience Snow White and the Huntsman, and Ghost in the Shell, is slated to direct the picture from a script by Zach Baylin, who recently wrote the Oscar-nominated King Richard.
All right, so we don't know which Crow it is. It could be a completely different one. Because there's a lot of great Crow stories. Most people just know the one that Brandon Lee did, but there's there's this guy who was in World War II, and he goes after Nazis. Well, they're all comics. But there's there's one who's a Native American Crow that he people killed his people, so he came back as a Crow. There's versions of the Crow. I'm curious if it's a new one or if it's going to be the original, or not the original, but the movie.
Was there a clown Crow?
There might have been. I don't know. I didn't read them all. I did meet the writer, James O'Barr.
Oh, nice.
Comica.
E3 2022 has been canceled, including its digital-only component. Dan, what are your thoughts about this E3? Do you think E3 is ever coming back?
Yeah, I do, but I mean, it's weird because they already canceled it, quote unquote, before. It's like last week I was talking about, like, I could have swore Triple H already said he was retired. So it's the same thing where it's just like E3 2022 is canceled. Like, I knew this, but okay. And then they further went on. It's just like, well, we're not going to do anything digital. It's like, oh, okay. So I didn't think you were because you already said you weren't going to do anything live. But
yeah,
I mean, I enjoy E3, but we're at a world where E3 isn't necessary anymore.
Yeah,
that's what there's God. God just popped up behind Danny. He did like what I said. but no,
E3 will turn.
So I mean, it is what it is. I hope to see E3 come back in some form. It growing up watching that, it would suck to see it go. But right when they announced that the ESA announced that there wasn't going to be an E3 this year, Jeff Keighley jumped right in. It was just like, but we are having Summer Games Fest. So that is happening. There is going to be a Jeff Keighley Summer Game Fest, which
Summer Game Fest,
which
got to train for that.
Yeah, which I think once he figures out exactly what he wants Summer Games Fest to be, I think it's going to take the place of E3, and E3 is going to have to take a step back.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be. It's going to be interesting to see the new typology of like these gaming conferences because of COVID. Summer Game Fest obviously was born from the necessity of not having Game 3, and now it's become popular. I'm sorry, what?
You're good. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said something wrong.
You did, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. I lost my train of thought. So.
I'm sorry, man. I should have let it go.
Thanks, Danny.
But yeah, so it is what it is. E3's canceled. I'm going to move on with my news.
Wait for it. E4's coming, y'all.
House votes to decriminalize marijuana at a federal level. Finally, that's happened. It took them a long time because states all over were doing it anyways, decriminalizing it, and some legalizing it for recreational use and not just medical.
Whoop, whoop.
Is there a difference between decriminalizing and legalizing?
Yes. So decriminalizing it means it's not legal, but you would not go to jail caught in possession of it. You would go to you might get a ticket, but you won't go to jail. Okay. But you would go to jail for selling it.
Okay.
So before, when it was criminalized, if you
can't have it on you.
If you had possession, yeah, you would like get arrested or whatever. But now you won't get arrested if you're in possession of it, but you can't sell it on a federal level, depending on the states if they don't have any laws. But now, even those states that don't have laws that decriminalize it or legalize it, they can't like arrest you for just carrying on your person.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, at this point, anyway, it was already like people were doing it, even if it was illegal. The benefits of this is that you can regulate it so that it's not getting mixed with things like fentanyl and people dying just from smoking it. And then you can have a better product, and you can also tax it.
And they can tax it. Yeah, so I was just going to say.
And you just have more revenue. Yeah, exactly. Next up, Capcom is raising employee salaries by 30%. Good news for those employees. The video game industry just, I guess, needs to do that overall. They work an immense amount of hours, and it's a tough, work environment.
Yeah, I want to jump in real quick. Activision Blizzard also did a thing. It's their, I was looking it up before the podcast. I couldn't find the article, but I think their quality assurance, like the testers, they're now in their company a majority. Well, whoever isn't is now officially going to be an actual employee. Contract. Yeah, full-time employee. Thank you, as opposed to just being like a contract worker. Thank you. I'm blanking on words. So there's that, and they're all going to start at a minimum of $20 an hour, which is higher than it used to be. And it's cool because that's a very big important part of creating a video game. You want to make sure you're sending out a release product and not Cyberpunk 2077.
There you go, bro. That's another job for you to do.
Yeah, but it's cool. And seeing a company as big as Activision Blizzard do it means that smaller other companies might see a way. It's like, hey, these guys pulled off. Maybe this is something we can all do moving forward, hopefully, in the games industry. But if it does, that's probably going to be a while from now. But it's a good thing, just like the Capcom thing.
Yeah.
All this inflation and all this like gas prices, man. Anything helps, man.
Yeah,
absolutely,
exactly. Discovery Warner Media merger could close as early as this Friday. When I'm saying this, we're recording on Thursday, so it could be done as early as tomorrow. For you guys listening, this was last week, so hopefully it's done. Some people have already stepped down from their positions, but a big person who was head of like the film studios, I guess, was Toby Emmerich, which he's currently will be staying on board with Discovery through the remainder of his contract, which ends at the end of this year. So he's staying until the end of this year. Then Discovery is looking at courting a new overall studio, Caesar. And among the short list is Scott Stubber, American film producer and head of original films at Netflix. So we could be getting a new head for the Discovery Warner Media film division, which will include the properties of DC films. So hopefully we will be getting a new direction or just better news than what we were getting from Warner Brothers. The crazy thing is that I saw someone talking about this, that when AT&T bought Warner Media, they kind of restructured things, and the people that they put in positions ended up being like they suck at their job, and that's why the state of Warner Media and like the DCEU and all this has failed so hard. And then to the point where they lost so much money, they had to sell it, and they sold it to Discovery, and now that's why the merger is happening. But yeah, so hopefully this is good news for us fans. We'll get better products, better content, but we shall see. Sherlock Holmes TV universe from Robert Downey Jr. in the works at HBO, so we could be getting something like that. And then HBO Max has renewed winning the Lakers TV show that's happening surrounding Magic Johnson. Yeah. Which so far I've seen a couple of episodes. It's a really fun show. Loving it so far. I can't wait to finish the rest of it and then season 2. But that is all for my news. Disco.
Okay, I got like 2 news stories and a bunch of TV show news. So here we go.
Cool.
First up is Ketanji Brown. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Ketanji Brown, first black woman in the Supreme Court. So that's groundbreaking, historical for sure. I thought that was definitely worth the mention.
Now, is that like a specific Supreme Court, or is that like the Supreme Court?
I'm pretty sure it's
because
the
each state
Supreme Court.
Because each state has their own Supreme Court.
I'm pretty sure it's like the top one. So that's pretty big.
So
news.
she's.
Let me double check that.
Is she a Supreme Justice? So is she the new justice that was picked by the president? Isn't that how it works, though?
Let me just double check that for you.
Yeah.
Senate confirms Ketanji Brown Jackson to Supreme Court.
The Senate confirms, yes. So it is the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's first story. So props to her, just paving the way for strong black women in the future. I hope to see a lot more of that. And next up, we have Ezra Miller in the news. Last week or 2 weeks ago, he was arrested in Hawaii for public disturbance or assaulting some people or something like
disorderly
that.
Conduct,
battery, and all that stuff. I read the article, and he was pretty much just like walling out on people for karaoke, which seems silly. It just makes me feel like that fame is getting to his head, or it's just he thinks he's special. I don't know. I just feel like that's a silly reason to just black out on somebody, especially Hawaii. They're probably in a bar, probably trying to have fun and shit. Just he just probably just drunk and wild out on him. But anyway, that led to WB and DC to pausing all projects that Ezra's in. And I read an article. I'm not sure if it's set in stone, but they're talking about replacing Ezra Miller. But that's, I guess, supposed to be determined. I don't know how bad it's going to be, if you can blow.
DC also said that he was having frequent meltdowns on their sets during The Flash and during Fantastic Beasts, and then this was kind of like the last straw where he got arrested. I don't think they would replace him. If anything, this would be like a mental health issue. They would get him the help that he needs to and spend the time, and then just bring him back. I don't think it would make sense to replace him as such a big character in both like universes.
Yeah, it would definitely be weird being like, oh, who's this new guy?
Like they can't do like an on Viv thing where they just replace him and like not mention it.
Disagree with that 100%. They definitely can. It's been done many times throughout history in movies.
I mean, they can reboot the whole series. Like
no, they could just put in a new actor. Like there's no I've said this many times on the podcast. That's the problem. People have that mentality now, where it's a new actor, we have to change everything. Or you could just get the new actor, put them in that role. We all understand how movies work. We know that they're actors. Why not?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, but I don't know. I like him as the Flash.
Yeah, hopefully he gets the help he needs. He comes back and he does what he does, because I like him very much. But if they try and it is too much of an issue and they have to move forward,
it doesn't work out.
Like they don't have to do a whole thing.
I think if he is in the news again and in a bad eye, I think they'll definitely probably have to take action. But hopefully, like you said, maybe rehab, something, a little bounce back.
I mean, most of those people that took action against him anyways are not going to be employed within the next couple of weeks. So it's just like it doesn't even matter. We'll see what Discovery does once they take the reins.
Yep. So anyway, I hope Ezra gets that help. Like we all said, we kind of used to him in that Flash role. He's not bad. I like it. Those are my two news stories. Next up are my shows. Russian Doll Season 2. I don't know if you guys seen this Netflix show. It's really good. Finally coming back. So that's set, and they released a trailer for Season 2 yesterday. Pretty much she goes back in time to the 80s. It's wild, and I'm very curious. I don't know what's happening. She broke time. Russian Doll. Check that out, Season 2. I really like the actress in that too. She has like this raspy, like cigarette-y voice, and she's very charismatic. She definitely sells the show, and it's very sci-fi, fiction-y. I really like just trying to figure out what the heck is happening. She's kind of like Groundhog Day premise, but this next season she actually goes to a different time. So I'm like, whoa. So it's exciting. Check it out, Russian Doll. Some news that I saw, Last Airbender live action Netflix show, they casted Avatar Kurek. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Kurek. I don't know if you guys recognize that name.
Is that the
He's one of Aang's predecessors.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Eslam. I think it might be the waterbender. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it had just like a little picture of his face. I don't know. I thought maybe you guys would know that, but so
the actor or the
casting,
I'm looking it up real quick.
They're looking to cast Avatar Kurek.
Yeah, it's him. Avatar. It's probably like Karuk or something like that. Yeah, it's the waterbender.
The one who lost his wife to code the face to
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have him in the show. So hopefully it's interesting. I don't know. His little picture looks badass. So hopefully they don't.
They never showed that much of Kuruk. I mean, he seems like a character that I want to learn more about.
Oh, definitely.
He seemed pretty cool.
So that's awesome. Avatar news. Next up, Lock and Key Season 3 will be the final season.
Not surprising.
It'll be out at the end of this year, or sometime before the end of the year, and
that's Netflix's Formula 3 and done.
Yep.
I tried watching Season 1. I couldn't get into it.
They're like stretching 3. On the better shows, they're like stretching it to like 3, 4 seasons. It's crazy. What'd you say, Dan?
I started watching it because I read the comic a while back. Well, I didn't finish the comic. And I was like, let me watch the show, and I wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get into the show at all. I only did a few episodes.
Yeah, I like it. I like it as a background show. I think it's interesting, but I'm not gonna say it's the best. It has its flaws.
The concept is awesome. It's just it's not delivered well.
I think that's what gets me going. The keys. I'm like, oh, what's the next key? And they're like, would you kill 50 babies for that anywhere key?
No.
No.
Hard no. Okay.
Yeah, no, not even considering it.
Okay. Lock and key.
I'd eat a couple of animals for it, though.
Okay.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to hold a key.
But even well, I mean, it's not as convenient as teleporting.
Keep going, bro. We're gonna
we're gonna derail this, man.
Just keep going.
Actually, that's all my news. Also, Young Justice is back. Everyone, check it out.
Yes, Young Justice is back. I saw the first 3 episodes. They dived back into Islam pretty hard. I don't know if I liked it, though. I don't know if I liked it this time.
What changed this time? What do you think?
There's certain things that, like, I don't think they understand, and they're about Islam, and then they're trying to convey in a way to the American culture, and it's I don't know, it was a little weird for me. I didn't like it, but yeah, it's besides the point. But it wasn't bad. I just didn't enjoy it that much, and I might just need to watch it again to see it. But yeah, it wasn't like they didn't do like a bad thing.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I mean, I guess spoilers, but
yeah,
with all the Islam and all this stuff, but I honestly was glad to see SB come back a little, or whatever the heck he's doing over there. I know you said you didn't really care for SB, but I liked him, and
yeah, no, he's cool. I don't know, like, his death didn't like hit me hard like the Flash,
Wally
Kid Flash did. Yeah, Wally.
Honestly, that one didn't really hit me that hard, but for some reason, SB
that hit me.
Yeah,
no, that one hit me. But this one didn't hit me. Like the way like Kid Flash, even the way they died.
Is that the one where they're both running and then he kind of like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that actually no. Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, that hit harder than like with Superboy. It kind of happened in a flash, and you didn't kind of like
expectation wasn't there.
Yeah,
happened.
Yeah. But yeah, it was almost like yeah, it happened too fast to the point where I didn't get like enough attachment to it.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
But
whatever.
it also opens up, I guess, why they're calling the season Phantoms, whatever. So I'm curious to see what the hell, what the heck is, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So yeah, Young Justice.
I love this show, man.
Slight spoilers, nothing crazy, but definitely check it out if you know what's good for you.
Yes. So for wrestling news, Dan will do the wrestling news along with the main topic of WrestleMania later on in the episode. And we're going to move on to our review of Bel-Air, the finale. But before we do that, go check out the Los Wise Guys YouTube channel. Go check out our Instagram page where we put up reels. And we are on TikTok now, so go check out the TikTok page. Yeah, I think that's all of it, right?
There you go.
All right, let's do it. Let's jump into Bel-Air. So we had covered a couple of episodes before, and then we decided to just watch the rest of the season and then just like review it as like a second half. I'm gonna give my impressions first.
Is this impressions of like the remainder of the show or just the finale?
Everything.
Oh, just the whole show. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like the show progressed pretty quickly. It wasn't like too boring. Like each character had their growth. They spent time on like each character and developed them pretty well. The finale was kind of like anticlimactic for me. They tried very hard to give you that moment where Will meets spoilers. Where Will meets his father, like they did in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it wasn't as powerful as a moment as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it was just like anticlimactic, and it wasn't the season finale I guess I was looking for. But I mean, it didn't bother me that much. The show was decent for what it was trying to do, and I feel like because it is a drama and there was a lot of drama happening in every episode, that like this dramatic moment had to either be super huge or it wasn't going to work, and that's what happened. It wasn't super huge. And yeah, that's just how I felt about the show. We can get into some more details later on, but what did you guys think?
You want to go next, Dan?
Sure. So overall, I enjoyed the show. I agree with most of what you said, Eslam. The season finale, I was looking for a lot more, and I feel like they just didn't deliver. I've said it numerous times. I'm not as big a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as many people are. So I remember the father being there, but I don't. Didn't Will know who his father was before, or that was a surprise too?
So his father came back and like he made promises to take Will with him somewhere.
Yeah, and then he let him down, and he left without
back
him.
on his promise, and that's when you get that powerful moment between
why
Will
doesn't he love
and
me?
Uncle Phil.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was a super powerful moment for that show because the show is a comedy, and then you have that super powerful, like dramatic moment, which made it all that stronger.
I read that in the original that Will actually, that was his real. He really cried. He really like.
Yeah.
He kind of. I think they said he went unscripted and he just started crying, and then Uncle Phil like literally that was like a kind of
like you can see it in Uncle Phil's face too. He was about to start crying.
Yeah. So it was like a genuine raw moment, and Uncle Phil actually came in and like gave him that like support as Will Smith the person.
Yeah.
Well, I
feel like that's when like sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like that's one of the things that like made people realize like dude's a great actor. Like it's just like he's this guy who does like clean rap and it's weird and we're gonna give him a show and it's this whole thing, and then he goes in there and just is like, nah man, I got this, like I'm gonna win an Oscar someday.
But I feel like they had already kind of touched upon that moment earlier in the season.
Yes.
When Will and Uncle Phil kind of have that "you're my surrogate father" moment, and then they kind of tried to do it again at the end of the season, and it didn't work.
Well, I feel like that wasn't there. Like, I feel like they did it earlier in the season, and then Will had his thing with his dad, and then there never was Uncle Phil's, like, tries to get it. Like, they tried, and he storms off on everyone. He's like, hey, you guys lied to me, blah, blah. They didn't, like, if they would have done that there to try to reenact it, maybe if they did it there instead of the beginning, but then again, you wouldn't have all the other stuff if they didn't do it early in the beginning. So it's like, how do you do it? But I said, overall, I like the show. I like that everybody was like touched on. Like, it wasn't just about the character of Will. You got to see Uncle Phil. You got to see Aunt Viv. You got to see Carlton. You got to see Hillary. You got to see a little bit of Ashley. Also, don't fuck with Jeffrey. My God,
dude, Jeffrey's my favorite character in that show.
Man's an assassin.
Love that dude.
They call him 007. I was laughing.
Yeah, like
yeah.
But no, that's my thing. What about you, Danny?
I honestly don't even want to compare it to Fresh Prince. Like, I honestly feel it's a whole nother show, and like, yeah, you could see like the characters are loosely based off the Fresh Prince, but like they're their own characters. Like, even Carlton feels new. Ashley, all of them, Hillary, they all feel like brand new characters, and like they don't have that same vibe as the other show, and it's for the best. I think it's its own entity, and maybe right now it's maybe best to get away from that Will Smith image anyway. But I overall I thought the pacing was kind of fast, but I enjoyed it. I felt like they're trying to do all the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stuff like quickly in this first season.
In like one season,
and just like
they were trying to
putting like numerous seasons into
moments,
one season. I felt like it was kind of jam packed and again, like you guys said, the finale was kind of flat, and I also didn't like how Jazz just got with Hillary quick. He didn't have to like earn it. He didn't have to fight. There was no chase. It was just like, oh, we're together, and then boom, 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 and I like I said, Jeffrey being 007. You know, I like the little changes they made. I thought it was really cool. Even Carlton at the beginning, I was like, yo, Carlton's a bitch. He got the biggest forehead. And at the end, I was like, you know what? It was kind of cool seeing them like, you know, make up.
I liked
the build with Carlton and Will was really good.
Yeah, I like Carlton's like redemption arc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I liked his like story going from like being the antagonist to being like Will's ally at the end.
Yeah, especially at the end when he goes to I forgot her name now, Will's girlfriend, Lisa. When he goes to Lisa and he's like, I need him. Like, I need Will back in my life. He's like a brother to him now, which it was good. It was good.
He was saying that, you know, Will was there for him in his time of need. He didn't leave, and he was there. So he's like, we need to be there for him. And you know, that was at the time when Will like stormed off and nobody knew where he was. So I was like, you know, we gotta help him. But my one thing at the last scene where he was with Jazz, they like made it seem like, oh, is he, you know, where's he gonna go? Is he gonna go back to Philly or is he gonna stay in Bel-Air? And he's obviously going to end up back in Bel-Air. So I feel like it was a stupid cliffhanger to cliffhang on. Like,
I mean, I agree with you, like he is, but at the same time, it's like, this is a different story. Like, who's to say that he doesn't go back to Philly for a bit?
That's true, I guess.
You know, but I'm in the same boat as you. It's like, he's going to end up back with him.
I feel like he's going to end up back. Like, even if next season he does go to Philly for a bit, you know, it's going to be like him, you know, going back to the old life and getting in, like, you know, see himself go and get in trouble again. He's like, you know what, this ain't right. You know, he's gonna end up back in Bel-Air. I see it. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
Overall, I'll give it a thumbs up. I thought it was worth the watch and entertaining, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one issue with Jazz, and it was and I don't know if you guys probably didn't notice it. In the finale, when he was with Hillary, he had like the black shirt on. He had a gold necklace on, right? And his shirts are always open for some reason, showing his chest.
It's that LA fashion.
He had a gold necklace on, and on the necklace, like hanging from it, was the Arabic word for God. Which I did not like, because it's just like it's not like a fashion thing to wear.
It's like disrespect.
At the same time, like for us religiously, like men don't wear gold. They're not like allowed. It's forbidden.
Yeah.
And then it's like that thing is gold and it has like the name of God on it, and then like he's wearing it, and I'm just like, why are you wearing it? Are like
there's no point to it.
I don't know.
Like, it's just there.
It was like a really weird like thing to just have and to throw on there. Like they didn't mention of anything with Jazz like relating to Islam or anything, and I'm just like, why are you having this?
They probably just thought it was cool, like how, you know, we
get
most
Chinese
likely tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know, and I get that now, and I completely understand like that if people had an issue with that before, and like when I see like tattoos with like
the Quran,
like the Arabic. No, not the Quran. I hope not.
I thought you
like
told
Sanskrit.
me that once somebody like had something like part of the like Quran, like scripture or something, tatted on themselves, and like it kind of defeats the purpose of it. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was someone else that told me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense
because you're not supposed to harm yourself. Yeah.
Well, for Muslims, you're not supposed to like tattoo yourself. If you like, I mean, if you believe in the religion, I'm not gonna say that this is fact, right? I can't prove it or disprove it, but for us, we believe like the body is not yours, right? It belongs to God. It is on loan to you.
Yeah, you give it back.
You're not allowed to destroy it. So also putting like the Quran on your body. It's like your body goes places where it's unclean, right? You go to the bathroom. You do things that are it's not like you go to the bathroom and you bring the Quran with you, right? You don't bring the holy book into the bathroom with you. So why are you putting the words of the holy book on you and then bringing it into these like unclean situations or unclean? So yeah, it's just like things like that. So like him having that, he's in a bar, he's drinking, like it's all just like
it's crazy. Like he said, the gold like represents like capitalism, the money, and also its style. So it's vanity, and it's like everything God is like no to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just as a style thing, I didn't enjoy that.
That's a good catch. I didn't even think twice.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it. Be honest with you. So yeah.
So I didn't like that. Jazz's character, obviously, is a lot cooler in this character. Yeah, him and Hillary got together way too quick. She didn't give no feet, But again, like you said, Dan, like these are completely different characters from what we've seen in the Fresh Prince. So we don't necessarily need to expect them to go through the same process. So Jazz is a lot cooler and a lot more smooth, and like in this, he's somewhat successful business owner, I guess.
Yeah.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And then like Hillary, and then he helped Hillary figure out like how she can use her skills to instead of just being a personality on Instagram, she can actually like manage personality.
Be more of a business partner. The business aspect of everything.
Exactly, because she helped him get like more followers on his Instagram and stuff like that. So it's just like it was like an interesting relationship.
I didn't mind that at all, actually. Like I didn't think about it much. Like, but now that you mention it, like now I think about it. Like, yeah, they did get together quick, but in 2022, are they in a relationship or are they just hooking up? Like, I still think that they might be at a point where they're not together.
They're probably no, they're not.
They're definitely not together.
Exactly. So I think like they're still feeling it out. They might get to that point. There might be an issue where she's like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with you no more." Like that could still happen. But
there was that one scene where Jazz was talking to that other like mogul chick, and he was like flirting a little, and she kind of was like,
"What's this? What are you doing directly in front of me?" But yeah, I mean,
sleeping together.
But like you said earlier, Disco, like it is a completely different show. So it's like like the comparisons at the end of the day, they're like apples to oranges. It's like you can't really.
It really is.
Well, it depends on the episode, right? It's sometimes it's apples to apples, sometimes it's apples to oranges. It depends on what the writers are trying to do, where they're taking these moments that were ingrained in our head from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and trying to recreate them here. Mm-hmm. And then in other ways, they're trying to create a whole new characters, like an ensemble of characters. So it's just like this first season was kind of more like an experiment on their end of just trying to figure out what they're trying to do. Maybe we'll get more a more cohesive way of like approaching these characters where it's kind of like, all right, we kind of did the nostalgia of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now we're going to continue with our new thing and try to pave a way.
Totally. I totally feel like that's exactly what they did. They quickly just like encapsulated all the other stuff, and now it's like, okay, now we're all new, baby. Like this is us, our new show.
I liked it. I felt like it worked, at least for me. Overall.
My favorite character was Jeffrey. I like his new revamped Jeffrey 007, like Island Caribbean Jeffrey. Don't fuck with him. It's crazy.
Man has the tightest suits.
I like how he had like such a good heart. Like he genuinely cares about the family. He was there for Will.
Yeah.
He was, and even for Uncle Phil, and he's just real as fuck with Uncle Phil. He told like it was, and even at the end, like he was just like, I can't work for you, like, or like he was just raw. And even when Uncle Phil fired him, he's
still looking out for
like,
him.
All respect, and he's just like they hugged it out, and Phil was crying, and it was just I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
And And then when the family was feeling the effects of like Jeffrey not being there, it's like, yo, is anybody gonna get that? Like, yeah, I thought it was funny and enjoyable. Definitely, he's one of my favorite characters in that show. I hope they give Jeffrey more airtime. They need to bring his ass back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely will. Also, the exploration of Ashley possibly being bi was an interesting take on the character. Yeah.
They didn't do too much with it, but it's something where it's just like they're setting up the touchstones where it's like they could come back to it and do a storyline out of it, but it's implemented at least for now.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do that, I feel like Ashley's the perfect character for that too. Anyway, I feel like definitely next season we're gonna see more of that.
Yeah, it worked. You know who I did hate?
I'm curious where they bring it.
Yeah, you know who I did hate? The art guy who was working with Viv. I could not stand his character. What was his name?
Yeah,
Kylo.
No, not him. The one who was with Aunt Viv with the paintings.
Actor.
Oh.
Because Kylo was the guy in the influencer house. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the.
He was very. I mean, he did a great job.
Oh yeah,
he was a great job
so
of
good
portraying a sleazy.
He always is that character. Like, go watch Friday. He's the same character. He's like, hey, look at me cut this hair. Like, I'll make it look real good. like, bro, calm down, man.
He's like, I think you should start painting again, Viv.
Yeah.
Start looking at her with them green eyes, like, yeah, you got it. You got what it takes.
He has some really nice eyes, though. You get lost in those things.
And then Uncle Phil showed up, just like, oh yeah.
I was so happy when Phil popped up. He's like, yeah, I'm out here to represent. I'm out here because I love her work too. This, that, she's like, Phil, what do you know about it? He's like, it's good. It's good. I like it.
She used paint, right? Something.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh man.
But yeah. How'd you guys feel about How'd you guys feel about Oh man, it was Marlon Wayans.
Oh yes, Marlon Wayans as Lou. Will Smith.
I could not. I had to run through all the Wayans names in my head, and I was like, "Crap! It's not Damon. I know he's not Damon. I know he's."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice. Also, that whole confrontation made me real uncomfortable for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why.
I liked it. Like, I'm not gonna. I did enjoy that scene.
I didn't not like it.
Yeah, it just made you feel.
It did make me uncomfortable.
That's the point.
For some reason. I don't know why. That's why it did make me uncomfortable.
That's why I feel like it was good because I felt like that tension there. It's like I felt like even when they were laughing, I was just like one wrong remark and it's gonna be.
And dude, you saw how quick it turned. Like that was so good.
Roll up and fight on each other.
It was so good.
I really, when I first saw Marlon, I just had to get past the fact that I've seen him rolled up into a joint in one of his movies. Like, I just had to get past that real quick. I was like, no, this is a TV show.
Oh my god, wasn't that like Scary Movie too?
Yep. Yeah. He was smoking.
Jesus. That was so funny.
So once I got past that, I was like, okay, let's get back to the scene now. And
it's like usually we see him in a comedic role, but he did a great job in this dramatic role.
I've seen him do a few like serious dramatic roles here and there. So when I saw him, I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do. And he only had a very small part, but I feel like he did it well. Yeah. But the whole time I'm watching it, Danny, I'm thinking I was like, he was almost Robin. Every time I see him, that's what I think of. He was almost Robin.
Wow.
Yeah.
When?
Instead of who?
Batman 3. It was supposed to be him instead of Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was supposed to be him and it was originally, I think, it'd be him and Michael Keaton, and then they replaced Keaton with Val Kilmer, and then they replaced him with Chris O'Donnell, and then they replaced what's his name with Tommy Lee Jones for Two-Face. It used to be Lando Calrissian from Star Wars. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
Because he was in the first two movies. Billy D. Williams. Cool on the other side of the pillow. Drink Colt 45s. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Somebody gets it. Fernando, you're listening. You got it. Text me. Put it on Twitter. Be like, I got it.
Because I think you guys just someone put that up on Twitter recently.
I think I did recently.
Yeah. So I remember that part. I just yeah. Any other thoughts on the show?
Like I said, overall I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Think about Uncle Phil? I guess we're doing spoilers. So what do y'all think about Uncle Phil stepping down on the last season, last episode?
I liked it. I didn't see it coming, but
Yeah, definitely kind of blindsided me. I was not expecting.
yeah, but I do remember him becoming like a big like judge, right? In the show.
Yes,
So it's like
did
now
become a
instead of
judge.
going down that route, it looks like they might be transitioning towards a judge because it was Judge Robertson who screwed him over, and Judge Robertson was the guy in the old show who was played by the actor who played George Jefferson from The Jeffersons.
Yep.
So it's like that is the guy. So I think what happened was he was going up against him. He died after he beat Phil in a landslide, and then Phil like got the job.
They're gonna still use that one. He's gonna die.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah,
funny
we
because
won.
like he won, and then he just talked so much shit about Phil, and then Will was like, you know what, this is messed up. I hope you drop dead, and the man had a heart attack and died.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
He's Lisa's mom in this one, so that would be crazy for next season if he did do that.
No, not him. It was he was the short judge that he knew about the whole.
Lisa's dad was
Lisa's
the
dad was the guy who
police.
went against him.
I see,
The
I see,
police
I see.
guy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Never mind then.
Yeah, it was just short ball dude. But yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. Decent first season.
Mhm.
Looking forward to the second one, definitely. But
Yeah. Solid 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8. There you go again with these random numbers.
3.75 out of 5.
Okay.
No, it was
Gonna give
pretty
it-
good. It was pretty good. It was like an 8 out of 10 in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. All right.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Jeffrey's holding me
let's
at
move
gunpoint.
in. Yeah, let's move into our main topic of the evening, WrestleMania and some wrestle news. We will be joined by the antagonist, Rudy. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Rudy.
All right, so there was what many people call the Mecca of pro wrestling or sports entertainment, if you will, that had occurred this past weekend, and that was WrestleMania. WrestleMania. So there's always a lot of wrestling news around WrestleMania, not just in WWE. So I'm going to get through that, and then I'm going to break down Mania. Also for this segment, we have a special guest, the anti something or other, Rudy.
The antagonist.
The antagonist, thank you.
You're the anti.
Damn, we're all tired today. He said the anti.
Because
you guy.
I've called him by like 3 different anti names, and I can't remember any of them at this moment. So yeah,
you called
Rudy,
him the Antichrist at some point, didn't you?
Antichrist. Yeah, that was the latest one, I think.
He's antimicrobial now.
Out here looking like thick Mr. Clean. Let's go.
What?
Looking that
I'll
sexy.
I'll take it.
He could clean this
Look
shaft
at
any
that
day.
beard.
Okay, no, never mind. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Wait, you said he could clean what?
This shaft any day.
I don't want
This is the life we live. We chose to live this way. All right, so break it down real quick. Last time, since we recorded on a Wednesday, I didn't get to see AEW that night. I did talk about Toni Storm recently, about how she did the whole... She went to OnlyFans after WWE, made a ton of money in like one day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Is she
like, oh,
broke now?
is she going to stay with wrestling? What's she going to do? She's continuing to do OnlyFans, and she's also an employee at AEW. So
cool,
she's
cool.
just kicking ass all over.
Oh, nice.
At least they're not like WWE telling them they can't do stuff on YouTube and other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Well, WWE changed their ways. They're like, you could do it. We just got to get that money. So,
They want their slaps.
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
But anyway, so she debuted. She was the first person to advance in the Owen Hart tournament that they have going on. Like it's in honor of Owen. They have a female and a male one. And on the men's side of news, there was a Ring of Honor Supercard that happened also during WrestleMania week. A bunch of amazing matches. One of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. FTR versus the Briscoes. And at the end, we had Bandito versus Jonathan Gresham for the Ring of Honor World Title. What's it called? Jonathan Gresham wins. Jay Lethal from Elizabeth, New Jersey comes out, attacks him, and Samoa Joe appears. And everyone's losing their shit because, oh my God, Joe is allowed to wrestle somewhere that's not WWE. And with that announcement came that he also was in AEW, and yesterday he appeared on AEW television for the first time. So Samoa Joe is
'Cause he
also
had
in
gotten
AEW.
fired from WWE, right? Was
Twice.
One of the rounds?
Yeah. He got fired.
So
Triple
why-
H is like, no, this man's amazing. I'm going to bring him back. Then Triple H had a heart condition, and then they fired him again. It's like, nobody can save you now.
I
Yeah.
wonder
I was
if
gonna
it's
say,
the
why
same hardest
can't-
condition as Goku.
What's up, Rudy?
No, I was wondering. You said he can't
Shit
work
annoyed the
anywhere
shit out of
else.
me.
So what's
Well, no,
what's
I'm
the
just-
story behind it.
No, I'm just saying because once you're in WWE, you're only in WWE. When you're in AEW, you
Oh.
could appear anywhere you want as long as, you AEW's your priority.
Did you
Gotcha.
say same condition as Goku?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Dan
This
was
guy.
just like, I'm not dealing with this all time.
Yeah, no, I had to jump. I do that a lot. I hear you guys say jokes, I just run right past it.
Triple H is not gonna die.
But so yeah, that's the wrestling news, non WrestleMania edition, and now the WrestleMania edition. So first thing, Eslam, Danny, I'm assuming you know nothing about what happened on WrestleMania, correct?
Stone Cold. I don't know.
Okay.
I saw a clip of Stone Cold. There was
And
some
Logan
guy
Paul or
knocked out trying to
something?
drink a beer,
Okay.
and then Stone Cold took some beers and left.
There's more, but yeah, that that did occur.
No, it was just like a small GIF.
Yeah, I know. It's also GIF, but anyway, in the in WrestleMania, a lot of the headlines that I saw coming out of it was Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon and Johnny Knoxville and Logan Paul and Ronda Rousey and all these non WWE wrestlers, and it's very upsetting to me. When you have people like Finn Balor, who is the United States champion or Intercontinental champion, I can't even tell you which one. That's how much they made me forget. He's one of them, and he wasn't on WrestleMania.
Yeah,
The
I was
other
thinking
one,
he didn't wrestle.
yeah, the other one being Ricochet, either the U.S. or Intercontinental champion, one or the other, can't remember. He wasn't there. The New Day,
he's the
one of the
Intercon-
greatest. He's Intercontinental.
Intercontinental. Yeah, he's
So
Intercontinental.
then Finn Balor's U.S. You had the New Day, who I've talked about countless times, one of the best tag teams, to me, the best tag team in WWE ever. How long was their match during WrestleMania, Rudy?
2
like
minutes.
5 minutes, like
Yeah.
2 to 5 minutes, nothing more.
Nothing happened.
It was so sad. I looked down, I looked up, it was over.
Yeah. And for many people, WrestleMania was a huge success. A huge success. It's just it's well, no, that's the thing. If you were invested in WWE and the wrestlers of today and watching the storylines and what's going on, then this wasn't for you. This was for everybody else. So, Rudy, how'd you feel about WrestleMania?
Well, I think I saw something on Twitter that said like this was the most viewed WrestleMania of all time. Like, it was in the billions or something like that as far as how many people or how many views it actually had. It was a mixed bag for me. You know, I got to say like there were matches I was looking forward to, like the New Day, because it's the New Day, and then the match happened and it was just over. And it kind of sucks because there's so much opportunity there, especially because Big E got injured, where you can kind of go in and build a storyline related to it, right? Or even do it for him.
Yeah.
And the fans would have been all over that. So
Yeah.
it was just interesting to see that. Like, I don't understand why Ronda Rousey has anything to do with wrestling. I just don't like her. Her makeup artist is horrible. The eyes look crazy. Everybody kept saying like, "Oh, she looks great for a woman who just gave birth." I don't care. I just want to see wrestling. I don't know if that's gonna be good for your female viewers. I'm sorry, but come on now.
We have no female viewers.
Oh, well, never mind.
Just our girlfriends and your fiance who
Yeah.
probably listen because we make them.
If anybody's listening to this and you know a female, tell them to listen to the podcast. You
Like,
see
from the
the
analytics that
females
I've
out there,
seen-
just tell them.
Dude, literally from the analytics that I've seen, it's like 100% male. Not even
Yeah,
like 99.
no, I'm sure of it.
It's 100%.
I'm sure of it.
Just a bunch of dicks.
Yep.
Sausage
Send us those pics,
party.
guys. Send
Other
Rudy those pics.
No.
I'm gonna put out his Instagram once I can send him
Yeah,
dick
we'll send
pics.
out some dick ratings. So
Wheel? Oh,
I'm not affiliated with any of that.
Go at LWG underscore Dan Rosado. Send him some dick pics.
other than that,
I'm gonna laugh if that part really blows up and then you just get hella
I
dicks
hope
in your.
I'm really hoping. I just send him to Dan. He wants them.
Wait, let me look for
Um,
Rudy's social media tag.
God damn it, Rudy! What do you got to say? They're gonna keep going.
I'm trying.
You got to just power through. This is what I do when I give wrestling news. I ignore them and power through. Keep going.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I found it interesting that wrestling, like, this is the first time I saw WrestleMania on 2 days, right?
Yeah.
I come from a time period where it was on one day. You wait for that day, and then in reality, it was almost for me and back from when I remember it, it was like you waited for WrestleMania, and then you waited for the Raw next next day after.
The Raw after Mania.
If you want, Raw after Mania. Like if you want to talk about 2 days coinciding, it would be those 2 days. So to find out, I had to devote a whole weekend related to Raw. I mean to WrestleMania was like, it was just a lot, And honestly, the matches I was looking forward to were like. I guess it's a bad look because the only match I was really, really looking forward to was Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Pat McAfee,
and
former
honestly,
kicker or punter or whatever the hell he was in the NFL.
Former punter of the Indianapolis Colts.
Which is great, which is great if you're a football fan, but as a wrestling fan, you want to see some wrestling. And I'm not taking anything away from Pat. Pat had an amazing match. He did better the last time. The last 2 times, this was his worst match ever. But nobody watches NXT, so they think it was good.
That's true. I mean, he did a backflip. He was very athletic for himself, I'll tell you that much. Like he did a backflip off the top rope, ran, jumped back on the top rope. I know you said you could do better than him, so I mean, it shows you tremendous. I mean, giving you a lot of talent there for being able to do what you could do. But it was kind of leading that match. I really didn't care about. It was what happened after the fact with him and Vince, and then Stone Cold coming out. And it as a fan who's not really a fan like you. It was a great, great moment for me.
Yeah.
It brought me back.
It was 1999 all over again.
Yeah. It brought me back to being a kid and everything related to it. I loved seeing how happy and enjoyable Stone Cold was having such a great time. Usually he just tries this angry persona, but he was fucking people up and just drinking beers and having the time of his life. So I felt good for him. But yeah, it was for me. It was something I'm going to remember for a very long time because of that.
Yeah, no, I remember as I was watching it with you, I even said at one point, because like the Stone Cold, just to get into it real quick, this was night 2 of WrestleMania. There was Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory, and that was like the big thing. And Pat came out like a freaking rock star. They were playing the what's the song? The White Stripes 7 Nation Army. That was like his theme coming out. The whole arena's freaking chanting. He had Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. It was like they gave him like the biggest spotlight. It was like, oh, it was cool. And even though Pat is like a football guy, like he does do commentary now on SmackDown. He was a lifelong wrestling fan. He is a wrestling fan, so that part of it is cool. You get to see a wrestling fan get to live out his dream. That's awesome. But he goes out there, has a decent match with Austin Theory. Austin Theory made him look good, and then after that happens, Vince McMahon, who's like Austin Theory's like his new chosen one. He was there ringside. And he's like, you know what, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Then, like I talked about on the podcast, that there was a rumor that McMahon was going to have a match. It ended up happening. It was a impromptu, a surprise like match, like right there between Pat and Vince. They go back and forth, and of course Vince McMahon wins, even though he's like 100. But that happens, and he and Austin Theory are beating up Pat. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, and he just starts hitting everybody left and right with stunners. He hits Austin Theory, he takes a great stunner. He hits Vince. And Vince has always been known for taking the Stone Cold Stunner worse than anyone. This one was the worst ever. Nobody has ever taken a stunner worse than this.
I saw a video of McFoley's son
laughing,
recording his reaction to that stunner.
Yeah.
And he was like turning red laughing.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah.
I wanted to see the stunner, but like they didn't show it.
I mean, what happened was you know how you kick and then grab the head and pull down? He kicked him and Vince went down. So then Vince tries to catch himself, and then he's trying to stand up, completely loses balance, hits the ropes, bounces off the ropes. Stone Cold's laughing his ass off. He grabs his head, and instead of like going down and then bouncing back, he crumbled. Like his legs just stopped, and then he just laid there with his eyes open, not breathing. I even said to Rudy, "It's like somebody needs to check on Vince."
Bro,
it was
I think
horrible.
Vince had a stroke.
that will go
I thought he
down
broke his
as
quads
the worst
again,
stunner.
or tore his quads.
broke his
Broke
quads.
his
They might have been broken instead of torn. They might have been actual broken.
Only Vince can break his quad.
But there was that. Then I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rudy.
No, I'm saying that'll go down as I think the worst stunner
in
history.
It really is.
And then the funny thing is he loses a shoe somewhere throughout that entire.
That's
process,
right. Vince McMahon lost a shoe at some point, and Stone Cold chucked it, just like. But then he does the whole celebration with Pat, and he's like, "Hey, let's drink some beers." Then he stunners Pat. Pat takes it. He actually took the stunner pretty good. Later on, they're doing the thing. Stone Cold's drinking beer, whatever. They cut back to Pat. This man's laying on the floor, just pouring beer into his mouth while he's like supposedly knocked out.
Yeah.
And it was a cool moment. But I remember saying to Rudy, I was like, "This is awesome. Let's move on." Like, cause like this was cool, but like I lived this already. Like, this is great for people who want to reminisce. But what's there for me? Like, it's just like I watched the modern day product. But I don't know, man. So there was that. Another big high profile one was Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. And how'd you feel about that, Rudy? I'm sure you liked it more than me.
I had a lot. It was confusing at times with all the extra people. They had Wee Man come out, and who's the guy that gets naked?
Chris Pontius. He was out there in a little like banana hammock.
Speedo. Like he was in there. He was in a Speedo. Came out, started smacking his ass all over the place. It was the most awkward thing. So they got Sami Zayn just pretty much getting his ass tortured by Wee Man and the man that smacks his ass and Johnny Knoxville and then they bring out like a table with mouse traps. They got a big ass hand that smacks Sammy. And then
all over the internet, everybody was saying that was the hand of Mark Henry and Mae Young that grew up and finally became a wrestler.
Yeah. And what did he say? Mark Henry, I saw the tweet. Mark Henry was like, I only make legends or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I only create legends or some shit like that. But, yeah, there was that. There was a taser.
There was a taser. Ends up, and then he, like, pressed a button and, like, the firework went off in the corner while Sammy's trying to get off. There was just so many shenanigans that were related to it. And then it ended up finishing with a mousetrap that didn't work. Actually, no.
It sort of worked.
Did the mousetrap not work, or did the kick not work?
I don't know. The whole match didn't work for me.
They had a fake leg. They had a fake leg that was supposed to kick Sami Zayn in the balls.
Yeah, it was a weird leg thing, like contraption that you had to like pull a lever for the leg to go up to kick Sami in the balls. I'm like, this is a wrestling match. Like Sami Zayn re-signed with WWE. Like his contract was up this year. And the thing is, like, as much as I hate it, this was a good call on him. Like he was in a high-profile match. He was being promoted like on different TV things more than other people. Like he got notoriety because of this. I was just like, that's upsetting because he could have gone somewhere else and had notoriety for wrestling, but it wouldn't have been as big because this is WWE. You could look like an idiot, but it gets you big.
See, they have like such a gap, right? Like I actually like Sami Zayn from what I remember. Like I only saw very few things of NXT. Mm-hmm. But to see Sammy in NXT was like, wow, this guy's like so much talent.
Phenomenal wrestler.
The crowd loves him. He was awesome. And now he looks like a homeless leprechaun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
There was that. Kevin Owens had a match against Stone Cold. Another thing that I talked about in the podcast, they were supposed to be a match, and then they said there wasn't. Once again, there was another surprise match. It ended up being the main event of night one. It was Austin versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens made Austin look like he was 20 years younger. Austin looked amazing in this match. Owens he did the job. He made Austin look great. Austin was drinking beer, doing his thing. He did get hit with a stunner first. I was happy about that. I was very happy that Kevin Owens hit the stunner first on Stone Cold Steve Austin. But there was that. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. That was there. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair was the best match of WrestleMania. No surprise there. Two amazing women's wrestlers. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, in the main event. I forgot the main event. Roman Reigns won in a very forgettable match.
Did everybody freeze for a second?
No, it's just that that is my feeling. That is my feeling
I was like,
at the end of WrestleMania. When I saw it all, I was like, okay.
That was the audience while they were wrestling.
No, that's the problem. That's the problem. The audience loved it because the audience consisted of people who were just either one, they're there to reminisce, two, they're drunk, or three, they're happy they finally get to go home after their second 8-hour show in 2 days. So, it is what it is.
8-hour show?
No, I'm exaggerating. It started at 4, finished at 12. 8 hours.
Shift at work.
So 16 hours over the weekend.
So what are they doing for all 8 hours?
Damn, y'all clocked in this weekend for that WrestleMania.
Yo, when I went to WrestleMania 35, I was there for 12, and that was just the show.
That's them being there though. Like being on television, it was probably from like 8 to 12. But even then, that shit was long. Like.
Well, I mean, the wrestling, the pre-show. The wrestlers are there during the pre-show. Like, they're doing stuff for the pre-show, too. They're just not wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, like, to commit from on your couch, it's more like 8 to 12, which, yet again, 8 to 12 on Saturday and then 8 to 12 on Sunday. And then you got to go to work on Monday. Like, it's a long weekend. Like,
I was there for all 16 hours, Rudy. I clocked in the same time as the wrestlers. Just saying.
I'm happy for you.
I'm not happy. I'm upset I did that.
He's like Mamba mentality. He's like, I was there before the wrestlers.
But another thing that happened, the big one, Cody Rhodes debuted with his original theme song. Well, not original, but the one that he owns the rights to. He showed up at WrestleMania. He officially re-debuted at WWE. Had a really good match with Seth Rollins. It started off a little bit slow. I remember Rudy was saying that. And they ended up having a banger of a match by the end of it. And it was cool. You know, Cody there. I still have mixed feelings on the fact of him being in WWE. He seems to be happy. I hope they push him like a superstar. The Monday night after Mania, it looks like they gave him a big spotlight to speak. He talked a lot about his father, how his father never won the WWE championship, so he wants to be able to do it for his father.
He's never won one either?
Not in WWE. He's a Rhodes. Vince McMahon hates the Rhodes. Okay. So, but and then again, I'm talking at my ass probably. But so Cody's gonna do that. Another big thing that happened: Triple H officially, quote unquote, retired. He put his boots down in the middle of the ring at the beginning of Night 2 of WrestleMania. It's an old school thing. You're signifying you're officially done with your in-ring wrestling stuff. So he kicked off Night 2. Also that weekend was the Undertaker's going into the Hall of Fame. Undertaker, Rick Steiner, Shad Gaspard, Queen Sharmell, and did I say the Steiner brothers?
No. You said Rick Steiner, but
I meant to, yeah, both Steiners. I think that's all of them. I might have missed someone. I'm sorry if I did. But the big one being Undertaker. Man spoke for how long, Rudy? Like,
it was awesome. You kind of got lost in his words, but he spoke for like a good hour. Probably.
It was amazing.
Minutes.
It was amazing.
For an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 45. You got to give that man his props. But it was awesome. Like, it was really, really, like, I enjoyed that. I probably enjoyed that more than anything at WrestleMania.
Oh, it was better than all of Mania. Him talking.
Yeah. So that's why it was, you know, the one thing I'll say this, right? I'm not a fan anymore, but the one thing that sucks is, like, watching him go to the Hall of Fame was awesome. But every time he showed up, because they announced him and the other Hall of Famers on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, maybe. In my opinion, it kind of overshadowed kind of some of the stuff, because everybody was like, every time that happened, I was so focused on it, and then they were gone in like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. But I think what sucks the most is being a person who would love to have that feeling to get back into wrestling. This wasn't, as much as WrestleMania is, this wasn't an event that would make me do it. Mm-hmm. I was more into it as a fan for the shenanigans that, you know, that were done as a result of, like, Johnny Knoxville or Pat McAfee, or even who's that other guy? Who's that blonde guy from YouTube?
Oh yeah, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Yeah. Like
he and The Miz beat both Rey and his son, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic Mysterio. Yeah. Logan Paul has a win over Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
That's wild. That's jinx.
It's just.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think McMahon fired all those people because half his list is just guest stars?
No, I mean, it's funny because I'm talking shit about celebrities being there since before WrestleMania. That's what made WWE famous, bringing in celebrities. So that's in their DNA. I get it, but I feel like the celebrities take too much of a spotlight now. That wasn't the case. You'd have a celebrity be involved in one match, maybe two, or something like that. But now it's just it's like, hey, all you guys that have been busting your ass all year on and off TV, you got to take a back seat. Logan Paul's here, you know, and that just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I can just imagine how it feels for the wrestlers.
You're busting your ass. You're like, sorry, you got to give it to Brad Pitt, man.
Yeah, exactly. it's such bullshit.
To Brad Pitt.
It's such bullshit. I can't stand when they do shit like that. It's I don't know. It's one of the most annoying things, but. I mean, Rudy, did you see the Monday Night Raw after Mania?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. And this WrestleMania was geared towards people like you. And that's the thing. It's like, if people like that, who they're trying to win back, aren't going to watch the next day, they're not going to go back to watching the product, why are you putting so much focus for them? And no offense, Rudy. I'm happy you enjoyed the moments that you did. But it's just dude, what about people who are watching it all the time when it's not a big event? It's kind of just like a fuck you sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like it's more about the numbers than anything else, and that's kind of the awkwardness related to it, right? For example, it's so funny because I'm talking to Jazz, and I'm like, we should go to an event, just an event, because we went to the New Japan event, and I was like, that was just a great experience for what it is, right? And I'd rather go to an event like that And then the first thing she says, "Hey, yeah, we'll go to WrestleMania next year because I heard The Rock's coming." And I was just like, that's not. First of all, it's expensive. It's expensive, and I just want to go. Like, I want to see something that's actually like really good wrestling, right? Like,
Well, that's the thing. The show that you guys went to, the New Japan one, was a wrestling show.
Oh,
that was a hardcore wrestling show.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I think AEW has a home base here, in Jacksonville. So, like, I wouldn't mind like taking the drive out to Jacksonville and actually going to see like an AEW thing. But like, because I've seen the fans when I watch AEW on occasion. Like, they're really into it. Like, when something happens, motherfuckers pop off. Like, it's just crazy. So it's like a completely different feeling. Like, I mean, it was funny because I saw a clip, right? It was like a clip on someone's phone of the whole thing that happened with Pat McAfee and his match, and then Vince and everything that happened after that. And it was funny because as you watch it from a fan's perspective on that phone, it is so much less entertaining than it actually was on television. Like, I'm watching and Pat McAfee is like just bouncing around the mat as Vince is barely throwing him anywhere, and I'm just like, oh, this doesn't look as entertaining when you watch it in real life.
Yeah,
it just looks goofy.
Well, don't forget, Michael Cole was screaming at the top of his lungs, standing at his desk the entire match. That helps. You don't get that when you're sitting in the arena.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's why I told her, I was like, I'd love to go to one, especially after we went to the New Japan one. And I was like, I'd love to actually go to an event and kind of take her with me, and hopefully no one ever pushes me in the back or fucking drinks right behind me.
Oh,
motherfucker! I was about to throw him over. I was about to throw his ass over. I was so pissed.
Didi, do you know that story? Did Eslam ever mention it? Yeah, you guys, because they both experienced it at the show we went to at MSG. You want to say it for Danny?
Yeah. No, so we go.
I thought you were talking to me. I was
either one of you. Either one of you. Never mind.
Nah, so we go to MSG. We go into the New Japan thing. Dan buys me a shirt of Bret Hart. I loved it. And we sit down, and everything's going crazy with the matches. You know, they have like their own form of Royal Rumble and shit. And I sit down, and there's just like this real lanky, skinny, nerdy kid behind me. He's having the time of his life, but he's done. He's fucking drunk. He's got his buddies next to him. And, you know, how come every time I always get into a story, every time I come on a podcast, I'm always got to tell a story. So he fucking is drunk. He's skinny as shit. And he just keeps knocking me. Just keeps fucking knocking. I was like,
yeah. I remember that.
He started knocking me.
Yeah.
He was pushing both of you.
Eslam. Yeah, he was pushing Eslam after a while. I was
did?
dead as having,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because Eslam, you legit was like, yeah, this guy's been fucking pushing me all night. Because remember, you guys switched seats. You two.
Yeah. I remember we switched seats. I don't remember why.
I was big.
He thought he was in a mosh pit.
You know, like how when people get like drunk, they get like too touchy-feely friendly, and they think it's cool. Yeah, it's not.
It was cool.
They get on top of you like, yo, hey, bro.
Yeah.
They start
This
leaning on
motherfucker
you.
was, and we were like next to like a railing. He was fucking pushing me and pushing Eslam. Dan's over here, Pyro.
I was cheering hard for Pyro.
I was like, I can't enjoy myself. And then I'm looking back at him, and his friends can kind of tell that I'm getting irritated. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna throw his ass over this railing. Like, I just want to throw his ass
own
over
wrestling
the
match
railing.
back here.
Uncle Phil his ass.
And the funny thing is, like, the vibes of that crowd, I was like, everyone looked at it and just kept on going. I don't even think anybody would have paid any attention.
That's it would have just been, there's a fight, but you know, there's a better match in the ring.
There was that one guy that was yelling stuff out, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh man. Yeah, but that's how good this WrestleMania was. We're talking about New Japan Ring of Honor show from like 3-4 years ago.
Wasn't it? Was it like 2018?
Maybe
early 2019.
I don't remember. It was what are those 2 years? It was WrestleMania 35. So 3 years ago.
Okay.
Right before I left.
So early 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before COVID. Pre-COVID.
Yeah, before COVID.
Yeah.
Because then COVID, right before COVID, is when we did the Chicago show.
Yep.
Like literally the week like before COVID hit the U.S.
It was mid-February, so
it was
COVID was just starting to hit the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would have been cool if y'all broke into a big fight. LWG gets into a fight.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I'm still mad. I just want to find him.
Track him down and stun his ass.
Fucking find his ass. But yeah, I think that's like I said. I think that's what sucks about this WrestleMania is that like I have no interest to keep watching wrestling.
Yep. Correction. You have no interest in watching wrestling or watching WWE?
WWE. Like
Okay.
on occasion when it's a Wednesday and I realize it's a Wednesday,
You'll watch
AEW.
AEW.
AEW's on. Like I'll I have to realize that it's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I'll watch AEW and I'm like, okay. And then Jazz has no interest because she has no. Actually, she only has interest in Chris Jericho because that's who she knows.
That's the only one she knows.
And, yeah, but at the same time, I'm just watching and I'm just like, this is way more entertaining.
Yeah.
Honestly, wrestling is way more entertaining when Dan tells us about wrestling. Like his commentary and the way he just explains it makes it way more interesting.
Yeah. I enjoy his narrations more. Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't understand. That's what Jazz demands.
That's why we watched WrestleMania together. They wanted my commentary.
Dude, honestly, bro, that should be like our new YouTube channel, like our sister YouTube
Watch
channel.
wrestling with me.
Yeah,
Watch
pretty much.
Dan.
Dude, that would be so fucking popular. I'm telling you. Just
Probably
like your
would.
commentary on wrestling shows, it's like a play along.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Watch along, but I got you.
Oh, no, but like, is the video game one called a watch along also?
No, that's a play along because you're playing,
Okay,
or you're
so
watching them play.
like
It's a watch along.
Like a play along.
Yeah, it's called a watch along.
You there?
Look how tired he is.
We
He can't do it.
We understand. Stop picking on the guy.
Why are you messing with me, bro?
Because I can see it. I can see it in you. I have so much fun doing that.
But that's what Jazz does though. Like Saturday we watched WrestleMania without Dan, and Jazz is like, something's missing. I'm like, I'm here. So we called Dan, and then it was commentary the whole time. It was literally like we were on the couch, and my iPad was between us. Our iPad between us. Henry was there.
Henry was there too. It was fun. It was fun.
Nice.
It was nice.
Nice.
And I was like,
You had a little
this is
crew.
what I look forward to. And that's the thing. But it makes sense though, because at the same time, Dan kind of helps a lot. Aside from his commentary just being fucking hilarious and just talking shit about the match, like I'm like, yo, this is awesome. Dan's like, it's fucking wrestling. This is supposed to be wrestling, and I'm just like, I'm just having a great time. But it's like he gets to fill in the gaps of who these people are, what the backstory is, because I'm not really paying attention to. They'd like do like a little preview of what happened in the beef before everything of these matches, but I'm just like, I'd rather hear it from somebody.
Well, that's the thing.
exactly what it is. He's like Spark Notes for wrestling. He just like summarizes everything. Gives
but like interesting
Yeah.
Spark Notes for wrestling. Like he gives you the stuff that that he knows you're gonna care about, the important stuff, and leaves out all the boring shit.
No.
And then you get interested from hearing that, and you're like, damn, I kind of want to watch wrestling now. And then like once it's over, you get like
Once
off
Dan's
that.
gone, it's over.
Once he's like, once we off the podcast and he's not there anymore, I'm just like, I don't care about wrestling anymore.
Yeah, it's sad. I wish I don't know. I wish more people were into it. I mean, it's funny because there's millions and millions of wrestling fans out there. It's just I don't know any of them.
Yeah, you got me.
I know you
watch
guys.
the Dragon wrestle every time you talk about him. Yeah.
Oh, Shingo Takagi.
Takagi.
Shingo Takagi. That's the New Japan. You got to see him. Actually, no. Did we see Shingo? We might have seen Shingo. I don't remember. I don't know. No, maybe he wasn't with the NJPW yet.
I saw the American Dragon. That's what it's called, right?
Brian Danielson. No, you didn't.
Yeah. No, I didn't see him in real life. I saw him on AEW. They call him the American Dragon.
I've seen him too.
Oh, okay.
Is there any lingo related to wrestling that has to do with the word spark?
With Spark?
To deal with the word what?
Spark?
Yeah, spark.
Like an electric spark?
Probably. Yeah, Spark. I think Spark Plug. I think means like
cars,
an energy.
Isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It could also be. I mean, curtain jerker doesn't sound like what it is either, but that's a wrestling term too.
Wait, what is it?
Curtain jerky?
No, don't do it.
Curtain jerker, yeah.
Oh,
like,
we did this one.
yeah, that was a kayfabe corner. That was like one of the first ones. Curtain jerker.
It's when the match is so good, like the wrestlers in the back want to watch.
Holy shit! You actually remember something.
Yeah.
Good job. You get a point.
Just picture somebody beating behind the curtain. It's like, ooh, this is a good
I think
match.
that's what we said.
That's definitely what they
just-
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Spark plug?
I think spark plug is a term. I could be wrong, but spark plug I think would be somebody like smaller that kind of just like.
No.
Think of like a Rey Mysterio, somebody who's like a tiny little person that could just freaking bounce around all over the ring and do shit. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm inventing kayfabe at this point. I don't know.
That's
actually,
a good term, though.
That sounds right, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's
Electricity
something
is
they would
very,
use.
kind of
Exactly.
volatile.
I'm just thinking because I mean he says you're like Spark Notes for wrestling, so I'm like if you do make something related to it on YouTube, spark something.
Spar Notes.
What? Oh, Spar Notes.
Spar Notes. Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Interesting.
Oh dang, I gotta write that down.
Okay. Is Kayfabe Corner already taken?
I mean, we do it.
No, but I mean, is it like something that's already done? Because
Like somebody else owns it? I don't know.
yeah, we should look into that.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Rudy, if I told you there's a wrestler named Dick Togo, would you believe me?
I believe anything you tell me.
But yeah, that's really we've been on this for a minute. That's
What about
Exotic
flying
restaurant.
buttress?
all right. No, yeah, let's keep going.
I trust you.
I have a dick to go, please.
Oh man,
Where we go?
that's the man's name, Dick
He
Togo.
brought back the crawling buttress. Yeah.
Yeah, crawling buttress.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like y'all just fucking with me now.
no, this is a whole thing. You should check out the LWG podcast. It's available on all podcast platforms.
Yeah, you should go listen, support, download the episodes.
You know, don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review. We also got a YouTube. You can check out our channel.
Yeah.
Also, the website at lowestwiseguys.com. We'll put the link tree in the description. Don't worry.
We got you.
Do you guys have any more stuff to talk about for the
We hit all the major points, right, Rudy?
WrestleMania?
No, yeah, I think that was it.
Yo,
What was the first
Bad
match?
Bunny wasn't there?
No,
Wow.
I was looking for him.
they
I thought Bad
had.
Bunny,
It would have been
Bad Bunny
entertaining.
could have versed Pat McAfee in a tag team match. I would have been so happy.
Who would have been their team?
I don't care.
Edge had a match against AJ Styles, which I thought was going to be much better than it was going to be. I mean, it wasn't a bad match. I just wasn't feeling it. Two great
He hurt his
wrestlers.
face. What happened to his face?
Oh yeah, AJ Styles, as he's walking out the ring, his face is just bleeding, like as he's walking down the ramp. I looked into it, Rudy. What happened was when he was walking out, the WrestleMania logo at the entrance is not the normal one that they normally use. Obviously, it's not always Mania. So when he walked out, you see him straight just bang his face into the thing, and then just keeps on going. And then when he takes off his hood, he's straight just bleeding. So he walked like face first into the WrestleMania logo.
Everyone. I thought everyone.
It looked like he just got into a fight because he was pissed.
Yes. Everyone looked like he got to fight. Like that man looked mad.
Yeah.
He was like breathing hard. I was like, someone fucked him up. Someone hit him. And then I was like, then we found out later, like that somebody tore his quad.
Oh yeah,
playing the
Rick
stuff.
Boogs.
No,
Rick
he broke
Boogs.
it, Rudy. Yeah.
He was teamed with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep. Who they versed though?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I legit can't remember. That's how much I
You had,
cared.
you had RK. You had the triple tag team match between RK Bro and some other people.
Yeah. Oh, they fought the Usos. That's what it was in the first match. That was the first match. Shinsuke and Rick Boogs versus the Usos. Pretty unforgettable.
Did the Hardy Boys wrestle?
The Hardy Boys are both in AEW.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did they
Yeah,
wrestle?
Danny, if you want to see anything interesting, go watch AEW.
I see.
AEW, NJ, PW. I think I got that right.
Now you got it. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
The home of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Here we go again.
Oh,
ABCD.
you confused me with all the
Oh,
letters.
yeah.
Throwing out letters for no reason.
He just threw an acronym at me. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we're good with the Mania stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So what are you guys' final thoughts on that? Jinx.
Yo, we just on the same level today, bro.
I know, that's twice.
For me, it was overall, it wasn't a bad Mania. Like, I definitely had fun at moments. Like, the highs were high, the lows were low, the mids were mid. Like, it was just a by the numbers wrestling show for WWE. I mean, honestly, I give it a solid 3 out of 7.
3.75.
No, just a 3 out of 7.
out of 5.
Whole numbers. 3 out of 7 out of
Just
5.
like how it's out of 7.
Yeah. 7 days in a
That
week.
threw me off. I
7
thought
days
he was
in a
gonna be
week.
like 3 out of 10. But he's like 3 out of 7.
Yeah. A little bit better than 3 out of 10. Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, technically.
Yep.
Rudy, final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, like it was entertaining for what it was. Gave me that nostalgia feeling. For the most part, my life around wrestling revolves around remembering it on Wednesdays. And anytime Dan hits me up and says, "Yo, some shit's about to go down. You might want to watch this one," and then that's kind of when I watch.
I'm good at predicting shit.
And then I call them because we require commentary.
Yes.
Because I'm just gonna jump into AEW and be like, all right, so this person hates this person because he smacked his mom or some shit, and then that's where the story takes over. And then that's where I go.
That's a legit storyline. I guarantee that's happened at least 12 times in the history of pro wrestling.
Damn, Mad Mom's getting smacked.
Before
you become a pro wrestler, you just gotta warn your mom real quick, just like, you might get slapped.
You might get smacked. Mark Henry's just banging on your door one day. You his mom?
Hey, Mrs. Rosado.
What's up, Rudy?
No, I'm saying we should do that, though. If you ever say, like, this is going down, just send out. We're always in the Discord when it comes to that chat type shit, when it comes to that. So anything, just jump on and just see what it's like. Like good old kayfabe corner.
Cool.
You know, right?
Was that is that your final thought? I don't know what the hell
Heels.
was that.
That shit made me miss Heels real quick.
Heels is a good show.
Yeah,
Heels
I want
was
season
fun,
2.
man.
You should watch Heels, Rudy.
That's my final thought.
I heard about it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
My final thoughts.
You got this.
Without Dan's... Did you say you got this?
We believe you.
I was really hoping, because a lot of times I say stupid shit like that and nobody catches it. So I thought it was just going to slip by. I didn't think you were going to hear it.
Oh, God, that one caught me.
I feel like you actually had a final thought and you just
I might have just ruined it. I might have ruined it.
My final thought is without Dan, I wouldn't even have a second thought about wrestling, and we have these like conversations weekly and stuff, and I do get interested enough to the point where like if Dan hits me up one day and he's like, "Yo, there's a show here, you down to go?" I'm be like, "Hell yeah, I'm down to go." Because I'm gonna have his commentary. It's gonna watching certain things live just makes it so much better, and I think wrestling is one of those things. Certain other things, it's like you either gotta watch on TV or just like they're just bad. You don't need to watch them, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so if you want to have better wrestling experiences, hit up Dan at LWG_ Dan Rosado on Instagram and ask him to provide commentary for a small fee, of course. You know what I'm saying?
You have a better time reaching me on Twitter.
Join his Patreon.
Instagram's just like a trash fire.
Oh, that's right. Or at LWG_ Dan Rosado on Twitter. Be like, hey, man, I need your commentary on this. Just, hit him up on Discord, pay him some money, and he'll just sit there and comment about wrestling with you. You know what I mean? We're starting a new business, guys.
Where I just talk about wrestling.
You get paid to talk about wrestling with people in their living rooms. They just get the iPad, they put you right next to them like Rudy did, and you're just talking shit.
Single-handedly revive wrestling, make it cool.
Thank you for listening to Los Wise Guys podcast. Yes, if you like what you hear, follow us on social media, like, subscribe, share, rate, review. Go check out the Los Wise Guys website. Go check out our YouTube channel. Go hit up Dan for wrestling commentary. Thank you for listening, and have a great week.
He's a heel.